Konbanwa minasan, Pokediged desu. So, good evening everyone, this is Pokediged here, and I'm finally back for more anime previews and movie discussions to you all to do more videos. So I do apologize first for being inactive due to the fact because of my job. I'm still trying to adjust it, and it's very hard for me to do the recording, especially for those of you who have been waiting for my vlogs video, like from my journey to from Japan, Tokyo, Japan, and show you all the souvenirs, like what I bought there. And you're wondering, like, will I ever post it? Yes, I will post it, but it's just had to find the right timing. If I'm not so exhausted from my job, then I will do that. But if I'm too exhausted, you have to probably have to wait a little bit longer. But I promise to you all that all of the vlogs, like whatever I bought from Tokyo, Japan, from day 1 to day 7, it will be all complete by next month, which is on December, and before the year 2018. And more of the anime previews, like all the anime stuffs that I bought here in Hong Kong, or I pre-ordered already. It's already posted on my Instagram, like I already took the photo, but I really want to preview on that. So all the stuff that I took a photo but I have not opened it yet, just for the sake for those of you who are a huge fan of that particular cartoon or anime. And another Ichiban Kuchi I did also this month was released on November 11, and that was the exact day I also went for that lottery, because here in Hong Kong they eventually had that lottery, but I'm not going to mention it as well because all of it is mainly on my Instagram account. So for those of you who are lucky to have followed me on my Instagram account, which is on description below, it's already there. But if you don't want to find out, you want to surprise yourself, then it's really up to you. I will not force you, because on this video I would really like to talk about is not the preview, it's not the vlogs, but it's something got to do that I've been waiting for this movie to happen into reality, and this is a cartoon, and this is none other than the Hey Arnold the Jungle movie. Yes, you have heard me right. And for those of you know me from DeviantArt, I did draw Arnold in a girl version, which is the gender bend in my chibi form, of course. And the moment I heard that this movie is going to happen for real, like since last month, I was like waiting until this moment comes. But I just didn't know which month for year 2017 until they finally released the date. And I was so hyped to finally watch it, because even though I'm not really a hardcore fan of Hey Arnold, but I really love how the story and the pacing goes. Especially this movie is actually continuously focused on Arnold's missing parents, where the whereabouts of Arnold's parents, and will he ever confess his love towards Helga, or Helga will ever confess her love to Arnold, like that. All the questions have been stuck like since 2004. All of the answers that we've been waiting for this more than a decade, or 13 years, all the answers are in this movie. So I did watch it, if you ask me, since like yesterday on November 27, but I'm recording it here now on November 29, so it's already midnight. And for those of you who are watching this video right now, and you're also a huge fan of Hey Arnold but have not watched the Jungle movie, the second movie of Hey Arnold, I would highly suggest you to skip this video right now, because I will contain some spoiler alerts. I'm not going to tell about the story, of course, but just picking out the good and the bad points, and what are my thoughts regarding about this new movie. So if you don't want to spoil yourself, please skip this video until you finish watching that movie. So without that, let us start right now, shall we? So after watching the Hey Arnold movie, this movie is just fantastic. I just love it so much. From the beginning all the way to the very end, it's just Mr. Craig did it so well. The creator who did Hey Arnold, like that, of course. Except for some part in the middle, which I'll pinpoint that for the bad points, of course. And the movie length of this movie, the Jungle movie, is around 1 hour and 20 minutes. Yes, you heard me right. It's 1 hour and 20 minutes, which I checked the length of the movie. Like, I don't do Wikipedia searching like that. Nope. I just checked it while I was watching the movie, like that. Like, just from my very first time. And as I was watching the movie, it feels like 2 hours because I did not check any trailers whatsoever because I don't want to spoil myself, and I really want to know from all the way from the beginning to the very end without any hints like that. And I must say, I'm really glad at the part that they really copy, not copy, but like they continuously copy, going smoothly to the flow, like from the special episode, the journal. If those of you know that a special episode regarding about Arnold's parents, and then how all of a sudden they had to leave him behind just to heal up the green-eyed people, and that is that's about that episode. It's about something regarding about Arnold's parents, but then all of a sudden we're wondering what happened to the whereabouts of Arnold. Will they ever come back? Are they dead? Are they missing? Are they still alive? Those questions that we have been thinking for 13 years, it's all answered in this movie. That also includes the Helga or Arnold confess their love to each other. It's also in this movie. It's like all literally the answers that we really want to know for 13 freaking years. It's all here, and it really is worth to watch it for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Even though for your very first time to watch it, it feels like 2 hours if you don't keep moving your mouse. Like if you're watching on a computer or TV, like you really can feel like it feels like you're watching it for more than 2 hours. And the movie, you may ask me, I would rate it around like 90% out of 100% because it's really that good. Even though there's a few bad points that I dislike, which I'm going to mention it a little bit in a few more minutes, but in general it's still a fantastic movie because you can really imagine those times, like either you're born from the 90s, you're born from 2000, or you just recently watch Hey Arnold and you just love the movie, so love the season, the movie so much from before. The latest, like they have stopped, it was only until 2004. So you can really imagine how many years you have been waiting for this movie to happen, like become into a reality. And it's just so much emotions. Yes, another thing is like the moment you start watching this movie and then all the way to the very end, you have so much emotions, like from happy to sad, from anger, curiosity, or just in shock mode. Every emotions is in this movie. Like I don't know why, it's just in here. So I guarantee you it's really worth to watch it. And as for the artworks, that is still the same like the one in year 2004, but because of technology nowadays, they have put like somewhat of a little bit software that's from the Photoshop, I guess, like that, because I do a lot of these digital arts around a year ago, but because of work again, so it's very hard for me whether I could do more drawings or just a few times because of my work issue stuff. But yeah, because because of the drawings, like since 2004 and now 2017, there's a huge difference. But I still like this drawing style, and of course every one of us has to respect every artist's works, right? So when I see the artwork of Arnold, Gerald, Phoebe, Helga, and the other characters, it's still the same, if you may ask me. Not exactly the same like the one in the year 2004, but it's still satisfying enough that you can still remember that moment, like, oh, I know that character is my favorite, or not my favorite, but it's like you still like to see them literally. And then anything else? And the part there, like you may ask me, like the funniest part, like the one I really like the most. I'm not gonna pin out good point or bad point yet, but the ones I really enjoy the most is there's so many humor there I really like, but the ones that made me burst out laughing the most this entire movie is actually 2 points. One is the part when Helga has all the cassette tapes where she records, like she wants to help Arnold to win this prize to go to San Lorenzo, even though she doesn't know the main reason why Arnold really was this desperate to win, to go there just to find his parents. She does not know yet at that time. She kept all of those cuts, all those tapes as she's like recording, like she's CCTV like that and recording. And then there was this scene. You look at this picture here, which I took a screenshot. The part there, she even eventually recorded the part in Arnold's room, like he's changing. I'm like, holy crap, like did you really have to record someone's personal life? Like they're about to change clothes, like literally out of nowhere, like outside the window, and you just record it. Oh, they're going to strip their clothes and then go naked. Then oh my gosh, it's so funny. Even Gerald and Phoebe can really sense like she's always spying on Arnold. So only Phoebe and Gerald really knows that Helga is already crazy in love with Arnold since like season 1 and all the way until now, like that. And what really amazed me about Helga in that point, which I will point out in the good part, so you have to wait a little bit for that. Then another funny part of this movie is when the Arnold's when Arnold's grandma, especially the pig, if you remember the pig, I forgot the name of that pig, like came back like all the way from San Lorenzo and all the way to their place just to tell them that their grandson is in big trouble. And it's very funny how the grandma was able to understand the pig's language. Like how can you freaking understand an animal's communication? Are you like the kid from Gaku and Alice, Luca, which I'll post right here, this character, that he has the Alice ability. If you know this anime called Alice Academy, or in Japanese Gaku and Alice, he has the Alice ability to talk with animals like that. Like whatever they're talking, he can understand really, like he has his mind reading stuff. So if you know that anime, then you know what I'm referring to. So it's very funny how the pig tells the story and then tells to the grandparents, and then afterwards like, you literally can't understand? You're one crazy hyperactive grandma. After how many years you're still this active? Very crazy she is, but it's still very entertaining to watch and very fun to watch. The grandparents are still this very stupidity funny moments, if you may ask me. So now going to the good and the bad thoughts, because I'm not going to talk about the story, so I do apologize for this, just to not waste a lot of time. So the bad point, just a few that I don't like about this movie, just a very few, is actually just in the middle. So the very first part that I dislike is when Arnold is trying to keep the secret from his friend and to everyone that he's trying to find his missing parents for after how many years that they left him. Since Lorenzo, which is not really Lorenzo, but it's disguised as Lorenzo, and he is actually Sombria, the real villain that really wants to lure Arnold just to help him find this golden heart, just to get more riches like that, to get the money. So because Arnold was so depressed and didn't know what to do, and Gerald, his best buddy, is there saying, "Oh, what's up, man? Like, are you okay? You can tell me everything." That's what best buddy does. The best friends do. You can tell anything. But Arnold say, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just I want to be alone." That kind of typical common sense like that. And then Gerald noticed something odd, that doesn't want, like, he can sense already that his best friend doesn't want to tell him the secret. So he's like saying, "Okay, you don't want to tell me, then we're no longer friends. Like, it's up to you." And then if it's for Helga, oh dear, it's like this really is a hard, like your heart is just like shattered, like very heartbroken, like the friend zone like surround him, like almost like lost their trust, their friends like that, the bond, all because of the misunderstanding, because thanks to Sombria saying that Arnold is just focusing on his parents. That's why his main goal is just to win the prize to go to San Lorenzo to find his parents, but not for them. That's not true, of course. Well, a little bit that, but it's actually the real fault of this Sombria for making Arnold to win and just using him as a tool just to get that heart, the golden heart, to get the riches. So this is the part I dislike because of the friend zone problem, because of Sombria's plan, and then making Arnold feel ashamed or feel like, oh, this is entirely my fault, that why did I do this and that. And even Arnold was about to give up, like about to give up hope for finding his parents, like doesn't know whether his parents were alive or not. It's like, it kind of makes me so upset to see a very confident boy to help others then go into almost the part that he's about to give up, thanks to Sombria's bad strategy there, which is one of the villains I was expecting to be this smart, to be honest. So they did a very good job of making that character like very smart and sneaky at the same time. But I'm still very upset about the friend zone part in the middle, which you know what I mean, or those of you really did watch it, then you know what I'm referring to, if you can understand, like if you can catch up my speed as I'm talking to you. And then another point, if you can recall, like after the other three characters, which is Arnold, Gerald, and Helga escape thanks to Phoebe's genius plan, and then they're about to escape, but suddenly they got cornered by Sombria's men again. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the grandparents of Arnold and the parents of Helga came to the rescue, just get there on time and then fight all the men and put them into the cage, where the men actually put them into the cage before, but then now it's their turn to be in the cage. And then the grandpa of Arnold asked, "Oh, where's my grandson? Where's Arnold?" And then Phoebe just says, "Oh, they're somewhere out there." And then what happens? The next scene, and all the way almost to the very end of the video, I mean the end of the movie, you see like nothing really happened to them. It's just all of a sudden, since the moment she just says they're somewhere out there finding Arnold's parents, and then you don't even know what literally happened to them. Were they safe? How were they able to get back to their hometown? Like, it's very odd if you may ask me. Like, I know they're safe, they're safe from that horrible place, like in the danger area in San Lorenzo. It's just very odd, if you may ask me, if you didn't pay attention on that, which I was like thinking, how is this even possible? So this is another thing that it kind of bothered me. I know we can use our imaginations to think like, oh, they escaped from this method or that method. But if you may ask me, I think Mr. Craig would done a little better on that one, just to make the story a little bit common sense, if you may ask me. And then the third key point that I want to pin out is not about the movie, but it's something got to do with the voice. The voice acting, yes. The voice acting that kind of make me disappointed for two following characters are none other than Stinky and Gerald. So let's go for Stinky. So Stinky, you know his voice, right? From 1996 to 2004, right? But if we hear closely and attentively to this movie, the version, the Jungle movie, he sounds very squeaky, like a chipmunk version. Like, I'm not so sure whether I should laugh at this character or not. I mean, he's really a very cool character for Stinky, the one skinny, tall kid, best friends of Sid and Harold, the fat one. I don't know why, the voice is just very squeaky, whether to laugh or not. So even though it's just a few phrases in this entire movie, but it's still very hilarious just to hear his squeaky voice. And then the Gerald part, I was quite upset that why the voice was so literally different comparing from 1996 to 2004. Like, his voice is like a cool voice accent, but then when I hear this voice, it's like, what happened to your voice? It's not really the voice that I was really expecting the voice to be almost exactly the same like that, or just close to it. But the voice, you really can sense it's like not off, but like it's not satisfying for the character that you like. For those of you that likes Gerald, then you know what I mean. Like, if you pay closely attention, like if you hear about his voice comparing from 2004 or 1996, those seasons, it's so different. So these are the three bad points that I kind of dislike of this movie. But in general, I still like a lot of it. So there are a lot of good points I like to point out this. So the very first good point is how they make Helga, like, not always like teasing Arnold, but like kind of makes her, like, they kind of make her a little bit smart, not as like a genius as Phoebe, but very smart, that she has this secret basement that has computers and stuff, and knows how to use cameras and record Arnold, you know, like having his own personal life, which also that means recording when he's about to strip his clothes. I had to mention again, it's too funny. And then the point that she even tried, like she's trying to be a mature lady, and like oh my gosh, you're so smart, like I don't know why, it's like you're going to make me like you even more. This character that likes to bully the main character, but then all of a sudden you really know this, she's kind of a very, you know, this kind of a girl that suddenly just turned into a beautiful butterfly like that. You just like to fall in love with her, like from bullying to gentle lady, right? Like a ladylike. And that's one thing I like, how they made Helga into that kind of person. And then the second one that I like is that finally, after so long that Arnold was not able to be with his parents for so long time, since like they left him at when he was the age of just 1 year old. I really cried so much in that part, like when he saw his parents asleep and they thought there's no way to wake up his parents, maybe thought they're literally dead like that. I cried so hard, and even at the end there, like when they finally saw the antidote or another way to revive them, and then I see Arnold like charging in, and notice like the other green eyes parents are awake, so he then thinks that, oh, maybe my parents are awake too. So as he approaches them, run to their area, then the very first time we get to see his parents like fully awake and get to see their son, their 10-year-old son. Oh my gosh, I cried so much. Like I kind of, that doesn't mean I cried a lot outside, but my heart can feel the pain but the joy at the same time to see our favorite protagonist character to be reunited with his parents, that he's been dying and eager to be with his parents for so long. And if it weren't for Helga's pocket lock, the love pocket lock from season 1, eventually, if you did pay attention on the drawing style of Arnold from season 1, if it weren't for her pocket lock thing to fit in that one, because without the golden heart, which is really from with the Sombria, if it weren't for that, I don't think Arnold's parents would be awake if it weren't for her. So it's thanks to her yet again that the parents were awake. Even the other green eyes children's parents were awake too. That's number 2. And then the number 3, of course, all of us should know this one, is finally, this is canon. Helga is love with Arnold, and there it is. And like this fangirl, like screaming girls, like goes like, holy crap, finally the moment. And the moment we see Arnold like confessing his love, like, I know why you are doing this to me, why you're bullying me like this, why you always shouting at me like this, just because you love me. I'm like, holy crap, are you going to convince your love? Are you going to kiss the girl that she's been in love with you so long? Like, for us it's like 13 years of waiting, but for them it's like 1 year like that. So we're like, please kiss. I was like begging, like, kiss that girl, please. And then what happens? The canon, the kiss happened there. It's like, yes, I was like so happy. I was so rejoicing. It's like, yes, I can now make another anime music video. I can do another drawing. I was like saying those stuff so random. And then even the part like after they kiss like that, after Arnold confesses love to her, and then Gerald came back and then just wants to find his buddy, and then all of a sudden, this is the part I also like, say when he saw his best buddy kissing with Helga, he said again the phrase, now I have seen everything for real. And then even the parents of Arnold's like, oh, we're so proud of our 10-year-old son, like that kind of feeling like that when you see their face. But I like the way how Gerald's like saying, now I see my best buddy to finally confess his love to this girl for once, like that, because we really know that Gerald likes Phoebe and Phoebe likes Gerald. We really know that in common sense, like that. But it was for that moment we're like, yes, for the love of glove, yes, it really happened. And then for another point, I think is another one, I can't remember what it is. Yes, at the end, the end of this movie, I thought it was like all fake. When Arnold like woke up, and then don't tell me this is fake. I hope they're not ruining it for all of us. I was like saying, what the F? I hope this is not real. I hope the parents are there. I hope the parents are there. I hope the love that he confessed are real. I hope it's real. Then what happens? Mr. Craig, the one who created this movie, he literally fooled us, because it really happened. Like, not really happened like in the fake one, but like his parents were there. Even the probably see Phoebe and Gerald holding hands together, and then Arnold was holding hands with Helga, but she just hesitate to go, I don't want to hold your hands. We're like at school, I don't feel embarrassed. But you really know that there's a shipping moment, like, yes, oh my god, yes, I'm just so glad it literally happened. Our favorite characters, like the two girls, the two main protagonist girls, and the sorry, and the two main protagonists are boys, they're finally with the ones they love. Phoebe with Gerald, and then Arnold with Helga. Oh, yes, it's canon, so we can rejoice, right? So those are the good moments that I literally like about this movie. And you can see me, I'm almost about to go red, and I'm so warm right now because of overwhelming about this movie. So that is why I have to give this a rate 90% out of 100. Like, remember, because of the bad points, the very few points, so that's why I had to make it to 90%. Like, it's still good, to be honest. It's still freaking good. So this is it, guys, and I really had to end it here because I'm still overwhelmed of this movie. Like, I really want to rewatch it again, and hope maybe if I ever have time or enough energy, I may do a future AMV of Arnold and Helga, since they're really canon. Daisuki. And I do hope, like, other countries, if they have seen this movie, maybe they could try to do a dub version, maybe Japanese dub, Cantonese dub, any dub they like, as long I want to hear the different languages. Because when I heard there's a Japanese dub, when I heard it, like the very first movie of Hey Arnold, but not this movie, it's really good, the Japanese dub. So I'm hoping maybe other languages that they will dub this movie as well, besides English. I hope there's more to it, because it's really that good for a cartoon movie. Seriously, it's really this good. So this is it, guys. I have to end this movie. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this movie? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you like the artwork? Do you like the voicing of the characters? Do you like the story plot from the beginning to the end? And what are the good points or the bad points do you like or dislike about this movie? Please let me know on the comments below. I will try my best to answer all of your comments on this video. So that's about it, guys. I had to end it here. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, click the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for more anime previews, movie discussions, and so forth. So till then, guys, see you all in the next anime video.